welcome to our channel, Doom Productions. We make movies and videos about films and filmmaking. And today I have kind of a just raw, unfiltered, unedited video for you all. Some of my thoughts and ramblings about some things that are very, very important to filmmaking, which is discipline and inspiration. So I've talked about this a little bit before in a screenwriter video that I did a while back, but it's a really important topic that I think applies to everyone, not just in script writing, but also in filmmaking in general, and also in life in general, that I think is really, really important. So I think throughout your creative career, your creative process, and just your life as an artistic person, you're going to find yourself, you're going to have this push and pull relationship between discipline and inspiration. And so inspiration, as you know, it's that moment when you feel inspired to create or make something. It's when you're feeling really motivated. Maybe you listened to an awesome song that gave you some ideas, or you just saw a really, really good movie, or maybe you were talking with some filmmaker friends and you guys were just kind of jazzing each other up and just kind of getting really excited about talking about each other's processes, and you're just excited to create and make stuff. So that's inspiration, or that's what I think of when I think of inspiration. The other thing there is discipline, which is actually doing that work and actually getting stuff done and putting pen to paper, pressing record on your camera, all that kind of stuff, doing all the work. And I think I said this in my other video, but it's worth mentioning again. It's the hard truth that is, inspiration is a lot more fun than discipline. Discipline is really, really difficult. And unfortunately, it's kind of how you get successful as an artist. Whatever you qualify success as. I'm not sure if that's the right phrasing, but it's how you get a lot of work done, essentially. How you get better. Discipline to me is setting a goal for yourself, a daily goal, and sticking to that no matter what, even when it's really, really hard. Because I found that when I make movies and I'm creating, I'm writing, or doing whatever, if I only create while I'm inspired, I would get maybe a tenth done of what I do now. And that's not to say I'm the most disciplined person in the world, but I do have a schedule that I like to stick to, and I have certain routines in place to set myself up for success. Routines that I don't, quit, or I don't kind of just throw to the side if I'm feeling tired that day, or if I don't feel like doing it, or if I had a long day at work. It's a routine that I stick to no matter what, because I know that if I'm able to stick with my routine and my creative process when I'm having a really, really crappy day, I know that on the days when I am inspired, I'm going to be unstoppable. I'm going to be so great. I'm going to be amazing. I'm going to be on fire. That I'm going to be, not only will I be creating, but probably what I'm making is going to be a whole lot better than when I'm, not doing that great. And so discipline and inspiration, I mean, that's really the thing. And I hope that makes sense. And I don't know, this is going to sound like I'm giving someone a talk to, but it's not a talk to. I guess it's advice, and advice from someone who hasn't figured it all out yet. So keep that in mind. But I've found that discipline is what kind of, that's what's necessary. If I had to choose between being inspired every single day or having a lot of discipline, I would choose the discipline 100%. Because again, if you only write or you only create when you're inspired, you're not going to write that much. And then what happens when you have writer's block? When you have writer's block, you literally don't have any ideas, and you're sitting there staring at the page or the computer, whatever you're working on, and you're just thinking, oh my gosh, what happens next? What do I do? How do I get out of this hole that I'm in? And you don't get out of that hole by getting inspired. You get out of that hole by, just sticking to your routine and sticking to your discipline and forcing yourself to work despite feeling really crappy. That's the idea behind discipline, is that if you're able to work when things are really bad, you're going to be doing amazing work when things are really good. And I found that motivation and discipline, or motivation and inspiration, is often very fleeting, and it rarely comes to you when you want it. And it comes to you when you're least expecting it. So rather than sit around and wait for inspiration, just kind of, waiting for things to happen, you should be proactive in that. Now, there are times for taking breaks, and there's um, taking a step back from the process, of course, for sure. But I think for me, just how I work, I think it's a lot better to have a lot more discipline with your schedule. So this is kind of sounds vague, but I want to give you some examples, I guess, from my life. So now, again, this doesn't just refer to creative process. This could refer to like trying to lose weight or an exercise or eat right, or it could be referred to, you know, reading every day or just, hobbies or things like that, trying to improve a skill. But for me, when I wake up in the morning, there's certain things that I do every single day. So I exercise, I'll meditate, I'll read a little bit, I'll make sure to write and practice some foreign language stuff that I'm working on. And, those are kind of a couple of things that I do every single day in the morning, right when I wake up. After work, I have kind of a little to do list. And these are things that have to do with creative things, so filmmaking things. So, for instance, today it was organize the shoot for tomorrow, the film shoot for tomorrow. I don't really feel like organizing a film shoot. I don't really feel like doing any work, honestly. I, if I can let you in on a little secret from Doom Productions, we don't feel motivated most of the time. We genuinely don't feel like uploading 3 videos to YouTube every single week, to be honest. Now, we love you all for watching us. Thank you for supporting us. We upload 3 videos a week because we have to. We upload 3 videos a week because through discipline, we've able to get ourselves in that routine to be able to do that. We rarely feel like doing that. We do that just because we have to do that. Because when we upload less than 3 videos a week, we notice that there's a decline in our viewers. A little behind the curtain kind of secret knowledge kind of thing for you all, a little tidbit. But we work hard on our YouTube channel, not because we want to, but we do want to, not because we feel like it, but because we know in the long term it will help us out. You have to prioritize, long-term results over short-term satisfaction. And I think that's a huge piece of advice that I give to anyone. Look at our channel. In September of 2020, when we really first started taking the YouTube thing seriously, I think we had a little under 200 subscribers. I couldn't tell you the number off the top of my head. It was somewhere between 120 to 200 subscribers, somewhere in there. Now, I think we have 600 and something. Now, it's not a lot when you compare to big YouTubers, but think about that. By sticking to a regular schedule of uploading videos every single week, we started at 2, or first we started at 1, then we started at 2, now we're at 3. We've been able to grow our YouTube channel by, we've grown it triple times, like 3 times more in a year. Now again, those are all small potatoes compared to, big YouTubers, but for us, like, that's a big deal. And it gives you numbers and results to show you that if you stick with something long enough, it'll work. Or if you stick with something long enough, you'll figure out what works and doesn't work, and hopefully you'll switch to what works. And I know that you're on here to be a filmmaker, I think, but sometimes there's things you have to do as a filmmaker that you're not going to want to do. Like, I don't like scheduling. I don't like calling people up and texting them and saying, hey, are you free this day to do this or that? I don't really like, sitting down and editing for 8 hours. I don't really like, I don't like the time consumption that filmmaking takes. What I really like is, hitting export, that final export, and the MP4 file being sent, and then clicking play and watching it. I enjoy having a movie done, but, oh, my phone went off. But if you don't put in the work, you're not going to have a movie done, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And it sounds kind of obvious, but it's true. If you don't put in the work, you're not going to see any results. And I guess that's kind of the overall point here, I guess, is what I'm trying to make, is that I think inspiration is great and it's awesome, but discipline is super duper important, especially when it comes to filmmaking, especially when you are a no budget independent filmmaker in particular. And I guess that's just kind of what I would share with you all. Now, I will say that I think there are times when it's good to take a break. I think there's times when you need that rest and relaxation. And maybe that's a topic for another video. But I think overall, you know, if you're a filmmaker and you're kind of thinking about, oh, gee, why can't I want to make movies. It's so hard and so difficult. Just give yourself a small goal every single day to accomplish. Write 1 page of a script every day. Or get your camera, get your phone and film 5 shots every single day. Do something every single day. Be creative. Flex those muscles, because if you want to be a bodybuilder, you're not going to become a bodybuilder by sitting at home and lifting the weights only when you feel like it. You're going to get your muscles by going to the gym every single day and lifting those weights. So that's today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I think the video might cut out anytime soon, but like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video or if you want more content like this, and I will see you on the next video.